Any disappointments of not playing for the national team?
Never, because in my life, I don't know what is called disappointment. I have something called a game changer. When in life you don't have a plan B, that's where you have problem. So for me, as I was playing, or as I told you, I have my diploma. I was doing some part-time artworks during my leisure times, and it shouldn't base only on football. Though football doesn't have half time, football is a full-time job, but at least you need to have something that will be moving you. And I can't open all my sack clothes outside for people to know what I'm doing behind the scene. But for now, you only know I'm into coaching now, trying to build the foundation of Ghana football as well.
I'll come to the coaching aspect, but let's stay on the national team. You look at the caliber of players who were there, and you came in. Do you think that you went into the national team at the right time, or if you had gone there at a time, the likes of Samuel Jan, Martin Samuels and Co were not there, you could have had your way?
Yeah, I think if it was to be today, you know, with the prowess that I was showing by then, I would have had it comfortably over there. But I mean, you can't say anything about.
You can't tell the time that God wants you to be there.
Yeah, because every day is a working day.
Yeah.
So you always have to be ready. Whenever you get a chance, you just produce what you have to do and then leave the rest to God.
I also remember when you came back from Egypt, you played for other local clubs. Hazakes, I remember.
Yeah, Hazakes. I came to Chelsea.
Yes, you played.
When I was being disappointed by the Kotoko management by then, so I decided to go to Chelsea.
Were you hurt?
I was very hurt because I think most of the discussion was for my coming back to Kumasi. That's why I even cancelled my contract in Egypt to come. And then when I got here, he started bringing some hula balloon. He's injured, he's this, he's that. So I was even lucky to play that season. It was because Chelsea was playing in Africa. Yeah. So they have, a chance to register more players. That gave me the opportunity to even be in the league that season. So I've been registered on the last closing day, the closing day of the registration.
Of the window.
Yeah, and then I had a chance to register for Chelsea. And I caught House of Folk there, I gave it to them. And some of the fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko shouted, "Oh, this cripple have scored you. For us, he can't score us." Meanwhile, I was their legend. I was part of the people that gave them that happiness during that time. But I'm not saying all the Kotoko family, but some were, because I foresee that they were hurt. Some were hurt without knowing the inside of the issue itself. So when Kotoko was coming to Bekoe, I was sick throughout the week. And everybody was like, "Oh, because he's coming to play against Kotoko, he wants to fake and all that." They didn't know. When I mean a game too much, that is what happened. It's either I fall sick or I'll miss out of the game or something like that. So I only trained on Saturday and I went to camp on Sunday. And Lord and behold, the two rejected stones, that was Jordan Epoku and myself, we scored the 2 goals in Bekoe. And then the same fans were screaming that I was jubilating as I scored my mother class. I claim my love so much. But you know, in life, you can't be working at ECG and then be taking salary from Waterworks.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. This is where I'm working and I have to give my all to the club Chelsea. And then after, I left for Finland. Yeah. So from Finland, and then Coach Basigi came for me. And then I said, I'm tired of Ghana football. I just want to be off of Ghana football. He said he would love my experience. And then he wants me to be the second coach on the field.
Oh, okay.
So I was playing and at the same time reading games for him behind. So when I started scoring, they were like, "Hey, the person we thought is Oluma now, look at what he's doing."
Yeah, I remember your game against Techiman City. That was 2016. You scored some wonder free kick.
And we were rehearsing our training, and Basigi was telling us what Eric is doing, it can happen in a game. And then as it came, you can see that it was well orchestrated. Yeah. It was well planned from the training session before we brought it onto the pitch.
Tell me, why did you cancel your contract with Petrojet?
Yeah, because one, there was the revolution, during the revolution period, like as is happening in Sudan with Fatah and Co. So we had to break for us to come home. But still, because we are under contract, your money should be paid. But I was like, for me to sit why don't I join another club maybe? Because teams were looking for me, but Petrojet refused it. So when Kotoko came in, I said it would be a good place to come back again. Then come and help, because Kotoko was also in crisis by then, during the time of KK support. So I wanted to come, and then all those things did happen. So I mean, I was so hurt. I was so hurt. To God be the truth, I was so hurt. But I thank God, after I couldn't sign to Kotoko, I had a place to relaunch and showcase my qualities.
What did the management do? What did the manager of Kumasi Asante Kotoko do?
Yeah, you know, they told me to come, and then they gave so many promises of when you score a goal, they will give you this. When you assist, when you help the team to go to Africa, they will give you this and that. But it ended up not knowing they were also talking to one player who was playing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They were also bargaining for him. He wasn't even an Impong. Impong wasn't around, but they were rather talking
Richard
to
Impong.
Yeah. And I think they were also scared of my velocity, the way the fans love me and all that. Maybe I might bring pressure into the team and all that. Who knows? So when the disappointment came, I said, let me take it in good faith and work on it. And to God be so good, the Go King Charter was part of those up there during that season. Yeah.
You've done well for yourself. Then there was the trip to Finland. How would you describe your days in Finland?
Oh, it was great. I went for 6 months with Francis Akwafo. Yeah, and then from then, because it wasn't a bigger team, paying of salaries and wages were, I mean, some were problem. Vasa, the club was called Vasa. So we need to come back and then come and relaunch again. You know, the football job is like you being a trotro driver, and when your car spoils, you get somebody's own to ride the big before you get your own car. So until we wanted to call it a quit.
Good one. So at what point did you retire?
I was approached by Tofik, your own colleague.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tofik Sianu. He even took me to Basigi.
Oh, you see Basigi?
Eric is available.
Oh, okay.
So he told me after that season, why wouldn't I jump into coaching? Because it seems my knowledge about the game is very high. So it would be better I come into the coaching and then just leave the football. And I wasn't ready though. So Basigi came in, and then the likes of Mesitego, he also came in to advise me, Eric, we are here for you. Whatever advice you need, we are here to be there for you. So you just come into the game. We are here to help you. And then I started with Sokoman at Nsoko. Yeah, that's my first team I ever coached. And God being so good, and through the hard work and then researches and all that, I was able to take them to the middle league.
Oh, okay.
And it was my first time of coaching. So before I came in to do my batch, that's the license D.
Yeah.
And then the likes of Professor Minta and then Mr. Wilson and all those guys, the teachers that were there, they really accepted me, received me so well, and then made things possible, I mean, for me to learn, made everything conducive for me to be able to achieve my goal. Until now, as we speak now, I'm part of the national scouting team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we are still going on, as I'm now with my lovely team that just drive
is it Union Sportive Avranches?
Which is being owned by my former mate, Bene Champon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who formerly played for Kumasi.
Yeah, I remember. When he went to,
Egypt.
Was it to Egypt?
Yeah,
to Zamalek, where he had so many issues and all that. Yeah, I remember.
And FIFA have prompted Zamalek to pay back.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, in fact, it was a story I worked on in detail. I exchanged emails with FIFA and all that on that very story.
So you see, it's a small world whereby a player who wishes to be like you tend to become your president. So you see, we are in a second world.
Yeah, and he was a forward player too.
Yeah, he was a striker as well.
Yeah, so I remember so well.
But for now, I need to salute him because he's my president.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, boss. But he keeps dodging because he feels,
you're amazed.
I keep telling him, no, this is the work that we are doing.
Yeah.
After work, we can be friends, but as we are working, I need to respect him.
You are the boss. You are in charge. But many Kotoko supporters often feel that you've had some takes on the team that they don't feel happy about them and all that. Do you have issues with Kotoko supporters?
Never, because wherever I sit, I stand up and salute the Kotoko fans because they have made me who I am. I was in Liberty doing so well, so well, which you know, all the clubs that I played, but Kotoko gave me the bigger lights, bigger platform for me to exhibit the qualities that I had. So I've been always grateful. But you see, when a coward is advising a rich man, he's always afraid of his stomach.
Okay.
When
a poor man is advising a rich man, he's afraid that...
I don't want to go poor because poor is a general...
Okay. So when you're a coward
and you want to advise a rich man,
what does it mean?
Because one, you are afraid maybe he might not work with you again. Meanwhile, you are telling him the truth. You understand? And for me, since I was growing up, I told you where I started from, the house I grew up from. I don't care telling the president of the nation the truth for him to get angry. I will sit back and whatever I said will manifest. I easily talk. So before I say something, meaning it has really touched my heart and it will surely happen. When Mbella came, I spoke about Mbella. When Mukwela came, I spoke about Mukwela. Now I'm talking about Samson Eduku. You guys should watch out. You see, Kotoko is a big family whereby they always want the praise. But things that will affect the team in the future, when you have to prompt them now, some might take it in bad faith, some might feel because we didn't give you the chance to play. I talk about Haas, I talk about Kotoko, I talk about most of the clubs. I told Azakes when I was in Azakes, when 11 Wives and Azakes were fighting, the supporters, I told them how you are putting things in order. If you don't take care, Esipon will turn to a funeral grounds. You can ask Basigi and the radio stations people over there, even your own Kobe of Asempa. I told them, I said, if you don't take care and put things in order, because these are two traditional teams, where if the traditional teams are doing what the Ghana Premier League, it takes its own rightful clothes to wear. I told them, and now look at Esipon. So now they were calling me, Eric, what you said was true, this. And that is the same thing that is going on with Kotoko. And me, whatever thing that was, I will never disrespect Kotoko. But when the truth is there, I'll point the truth there.
So which truth did you point out to them that they were not happy about?
Oh, I think recently there was a comment I made that sometimes it's not coaches that fail. Sometimes it depends on how coaches are being treated in the club or brought into the club. Because one, I'm the one to prepare tuozafi, and you go and bring stew ingredients for me to prepare. How do I prepare? It's the same way you bring somebody in the middle of a season and you want him to do magic. It will take godly intervention. You understand? So how many, let's say, coaches that come to Kotoko that have done their own recruitment? So always we'll keep on changing coaches, we'll keep on changing coaches. And you see, life is all about consistency. How do you keep the consistency? It will be within the players. Because if every season this player will go, this player will come, and then even the strikers or the players in Kotoko now, most of them don't know the club that they are playing. If it was this easy, trust me, we will have played it easy without stress. Because even the jersey that you are wearing, the Asante Kotoko jersey, the pressure that it carries, not to talk about when you are coming out of the tunnel. So if I'm playing Kotoko,
there's pressure.
There's so much pressure. There's so much pressure. This is a club where a mere fan can fast for the team. He can even sacrifice with his own blood for the team to win. This is the team we are talking about. So if our time we were being pressured to play, and today you guys, you were playing something before they brought you on board, and you are not doing the same thing while they brought you. Mbella came, he just came and walked over and left. Meanwhile, there were strikers in the country who were scoring Kotoko week in, week out. And now they've given you the opportunity to come and play. Are you blaming the coach? And at the level that they are playing now, you don't need a coach to come and show you how to kill the ball, because these are all fundamentals. So you get to Kotoko, instead of coaches will be teaching system and formation, now that you are going to learn how to control and pass. So you see, that's what I'm saying, that the foundation is weak. It's so weak.
The foundation of Kotoko is weak.
No, of the Ghana football itself. So now that Ket is ready to approach to the grassroots, I'm so happy. And I'm happy I'm part of the grassroots development team, which we are sacrificing to bring back the quality that we had. Because before you play House of Folk and Kotoko, you have the name, you have the attitude.
You had already made your name somewhere.
There's no
playing
in these two clubs.
cold football and all that.
There's no matramakwe in these two clubs. You need to be already made material. Look at how they brought Kwesi Appiah. He was a kingpin in his team. They went and brought him to come and sit him on the bench. So that's how they do. But he was playing. You understand? So now when they brought you on board to come and play, and then you are sleeping, and we are talking about this, and the fans think, maybe some of the fans think we hate Kotoko. I love Kotoko more than anything. But if I don't, you see, when your child has a sore, and you keep on pampering the sore, when it becomes, I mean,
it will enlarge.
Yeah, you too, you'll be involved. That you were there before the sore started. So why, if I have an idea or if I've seen something about the club and I want to say it, and you feel I don't love the club, then let's leave it like that. I will keep on, because Kotoko is not for one person, it's for all of us. But the owner is the Otum for Osei.
They say you could do juju when you were going to play, say, House of Folk. Did you do juju?
The truth of the matter is, I never experienced juju in Kotoko. Let's say I swear. It's not good to swear, but I'll pardon to swear, because the kind of training we were going through, I will not allow any spiritualist to come and deceive me. Because if truly juju work, why doesn't those people tell us that we have worked for you, so go and sleep, but they rather tell you go and train? Is it not fraud? It's fraud. You understand? So I will not go and train, wake up at dawn, go to Tech Hills, go and run with Inkum, Nana Hindia and Co, and then you tell me no.
So the juju was not done by the players, but were there a point you heard that your management or officials were going to?
That's their business. It's not part of the business. But the only thing I can tell you is the juju I know of is used to spoil people. Have you heard that they said Yekoye juju they are so good? We are going to work on this player. We are going to carry him block. Get me right. The juju they talk about, when they are saying, oh, we are going to work on this player, we are going to carry him block, we are going to carry him cement. Have you heard that we are going to work juju and won before? Will have somebody defeated Benin or India? We are not saying juju is not there, but the mission of juju itself is not on the field of play. It's outside.
It is to destroy someone.
So that's why I tell my boys, concentrate on the training, the tactical aspect of the game, and we are good to go.
And you're good to go. Let's talk. You mentioned two things that were very critical when you talk about Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You mentioned Mbella, you mentioned the way coaches are brought in, and the lack of continuity that happens within the team. My first question will go to the Mbella angle, where you had a record that was standing there for a very long time. He broke it. How did you feel?
I was happy. I was happy though, because records are being made and records are being broken.
Yeah.
So I was even encouraging him. We have pictures together, especially when they were about to play us. I was at the hotel to talk to him. I have pictures that will show. I spoke to him, and then I told him they are always playing mind games. You should forget about whatever that he was doing with the smaller clubs. He should just come and exhibit it there. So unfortunately, he couldn't score. Yeah. And the same thing happened to me in Accra. But when we went to Kumasi, I went and then delivered. So I was happy. It was because I broke somebody's record, which was the late Opokwefri, for more than a decade. Yeah. So if I was able to break and somebody else broke him, I mean, once he's in Kotoko, we are in the same ship. Yeah.
What is your take on Kotoko's decision to let go Prosper Ogum?
Prosper is the same as Coach Bashir Rayford. They need time, and when they get the time and patience and they develop players, they are unbeaten. That is the nature of Prosper. So I foresee Prosper to rather go in for a middle team where he can have the time, he can have the space, he can have all the time to groom the players well, because he's also a developmental coach. Yeah. Who those are the kingpins of developing players, and the like of technical director, Adusaki, is also part of those kind of squad. So in this big club, they don't have no patience because they are result-oriented already. So they don't have the time for you to come and teach somebody how to pass, how to receive, how to do that. But already made coaches are good for those clubs.
But he did
coaches like Mourinho. They want already right players. They can't groom a player. They can't groom a player. So we have coaches and their specifications and all that.
But he did well. He won the league. Were you disappointed they allowed him to go?
So that is where I was talking about the consistency and the continuity. Because if we could have allowed him to continue, now that he's going to even bring on board the players that he saw within the league that can suit into his system, his philosophy and all that. But boom, before we wake up, he's no more there. So these are some of the things that I think are happening to the big clubs, not only Kotoko, both Hearts and Kotoko. The patience to keep a coach for a while, for him to build a solid foundation for them, that has been the problem.
Do you think letting him go had an impact in the performance we are witnessing from Kotoko this season?
Sure, because the consistency won't be there, even between the players and all that, you understand. So it was good for them to keep him than to let him go because of one or two hola balloon that came. I mean, when it comes to coaching, there's a whole lot. The coach cannot play. He can only assign the players to a certain role for them to play. And like I said, global, analytic, global, you need to keep on doing that until you get the right result from what you are looking for.
What do you make of Kotoko's season? We are just like 5 more games to end the season.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
It has not been a straight ladder, or, I mean, something that is going up. They keep going up, down, which doesn't speak well of the club. Because Kotoko, during our time, we even won the league around first round. Yeah, so that tells you the capacity that the team has, the expectations that they have. But this season, I would say we need to put things in order and then do the right thing as soon as possible if really we want to go higher and go to Africa and claim glories. Because the likes of Egypt,
Al-Ahly, Zamalek,
they are all pushing so well,
Casablanca,
putting money,
putting
money and all that. Then you and I know the monies that are going in here, and then we are not having the quality. And now we have the quantity, but the quality is few. Yeah, they are all good players, but they need certain one or two to be injected into them to become the top players and let them know the clubs that they are playing, and we are good to go.
But do you think the Kotoko can still win the league?
We hope so, because it's my former club and I always wish well for them.
They are 8 points behind the league leader, so 5 more matches to go. So 15 points to fight for. And they still win it.
It's not about how you fall, but how you come back. So that's the most important thing. Even if the season is over, the whole world is not over. So we should go back to the drawing board. Just put the right measures down from the board to the ball boy of the team and then to the driver. When things have been done, I think Kotoko go back to its glory days.
You're not a politician, but I'm going to ask you a political question. Yes. I'm going to ask you a very, very, very political question. Nana Yamponsa, his tenure is coming to an end. Would you suggest that they extend his mandate at Kotoko?
Yeah, in one point I would say yes, because of continuity, because of the vision that, and you see this thing, it's good you started with political, because even in our entire nation, that is what is happening. Whereby somebody will put blog, the other one come and move the blog, re-put the same blog again, then we stay at the same level.
Yeah.
But instead of doing the continuity, we don't do it, and then we keep breaking, placing, and then we'll keep, because you see, when you are building and the foundation is not right, you don't see the problem from the ground, you see the cracks.
Let's go, let's continue. But has he done well? Do you think that Yamponsa has done well?
Yes.
With the 3 years mandate that was given to him?
Yeah, per his vision that he came with, I would say he has done his part. And as for Kotoko and House of Folk, you can't do all. You can only come and do your quota and go. But within the quota, I mean, your exploits is what is more important. So I think Nana have done good so far. If we can maintain him for continuity, I think it will be best for the club.
It will be best for the club. You've gotten into coaching right now.
Yes.
Tell me, you say you are working for your former colleague, Ben Echampo, Union Sportif, Avranches. Which division are you in? The Division 3? So you're in Division 2. Yeah. Okay, Division 2. What are the goals that you've got as a coach?
I took over the second round. because the former coach had an offer outside Ghana and left. So I need to come and then assist and then help for the team to sustain in the league, because the main vision of the club is to be able to prepare the future leaders so that we can give them the opportunity outside there for them to go and trade and then bring the money into the system again. You understand? So I'm here to develop and then to give results as well, so that the team's respect and then name will be there forever.
What are the goals you have as a coach?
I want to build as many players as much as I can. I want to give in my all. That's why I have the patience on every, because you can't expect myself and you, Fatal, to have the same brain. We have fast learners, we have slow learners. So you need to weigh the two. You don't expect them to be on the same level. But you see, normally when the slow learners pick up, they are more dangerous than the fast learners. I have a friend, when those during the time we're in school, when you tell him, I want to go and learn, he said, no, our family, we are quick-tempered. When I learn right now, I will know. So I'm taking my time, to build players. Because so far, I've built 2 players to the national team already. From in soccer, player was invited to, he's called Bamba. He was invited to the national team. And then when I came to Montreal too as well, the same thing did happen. And I'm hoping here I'll be able to build a player for the national team as well.
So tell me, Eric, pretty quick, you've spoken about your vision to be able to beat players who will be able to play in the national team. But personally, your career part, your targets.
It all ends at the national team when you are being given, the assignment to work in the national team, which I'm not in a rush for that. I want to take it step by step, and I want my work to speak for me. I don't want it to be like because I was a former player, I was a legend. I want my work, and I'm going step by step, gradually putting blocks on blocks, blog mortar. So that when I get there and I'm being called, people say, oh, Bekoe was here. He did this, he did that. But just within the moon poop, I'm there. People say, oh, it's favoritism. He was being considered. He was being, no, I don't want it to. I want to take it on the right grounds. That's all.
There are often stories, but though there are exceptions too. But many people would say that not all great players become great coaches.
Yeah.
Does this often cross your mind? And
No, it's true. It's very, very true, because when you are playing, it's different from when you are at the touchline. When you are at the touchline, you see it's more wider. But when you are playing, you don't see it that way. So when coaches are being sorted, for you think you are free. But today, when you are at the touchline, you have taught them something at the training ground. You get to the pitch as if they have not been taught. So it's a gradual process, and if you have somebody like Nia Dusaki as your director, he will be behind and then be watching and then controlling you. Learning doesn't stop. So always we keep on learning, correcting mistakes and all that.
Kotoko is your baby. There's Azaka, there's Petroject, there's Ghana under 17, under 20, 23, Black Stars, even the female national teams. Which of them is your goal for you to coach?
The juvenile, because that is where the basics starts from. Because when you get the basics right, up there, you don't have any problem with them. Because if you develop them well, those up there, they are going to enjoy how you develop them. And when you are also there, you're going to enjoy. Because the one that is going up, if it doesn't push him well and he's failing, where is he found? He'll fall on you. So we need to prepare the foundation well for them to have it easy.
Prepare the foundation well for them to get it easy. Any final comments that you've got?
We are just praying that things will go well for the FA, so that whatever dream on the juveniles that they are doing will all go successfully. Because when the juvenile is going on well, it affects the Black Stars as well. When the juveniles are not preparing, the same thing applies to the top. So I'll pray that whatever the dream that the FA has, it should come to pass and then manifest for the success of Ghana football. And then my team at ranches to the president and where he gets his finances from, God should help him to grow well, get more money so that we can also enjoy.
you said something about continuity. You talk something about the Ghana Football Association. So the GFA elections this year. So should Ket continue?
That one is not part of my business. Mine is who is in power now. Who is in power now?
But it's continuity. It's one about continuity.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That
so Ket should continue.
So that's I wish.
Okay.
I wish because he has started a journey,
okay,
which I think if he should continue with the journey and the vision and the dream, it will help Ghana football. But we are not the one doing the election.
Yeah.
But I wish, because of continuity, if he should continue, I think it's a good thing for Ghana football. Continuity,
Ket continues, it's a good thing for Ghana football. If Naya Amponsa continues, it's a good thing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He's a footballer, not a politician. The politicians who make that decision. Here, this was Prime Take with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah, and my guest was Eric Bekoe, a former Asante Kotoko, a former striker of Ghana's senior national team, the Black Stars, a former player of Petrojet. We appreciate your company.